we all said this thing on Carlton Davis, and I just want to put this out there just because I heard JMO talking about him getting better. Obviously, you heard Dan Campbell talking about getting better, but a piece of JMO getting better was reps he's been having against Carlton Davis, the guy the Detroit Lions brought in to be what feels like CB1, who won a Super Bowl as CB1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And JMO kind of talking about, like, hey, it's nice to have a guy that's going to actually man up on me off the line. Yeah, press me off the line. I had to learn win reps off of those guys because we haven't had that here in Detroit. We haven't had that style of cornerback who's been able to do it and at least like continue to follow you then afterward. I think Okudah was expected to do that, but the coverage portion of that never really panned out as expected or as people wanted. But Carlton Davis has been giving him that work. And then I go and read an article from our guys from Pride Detroit who were very eyeful on the new piece. Pause. And they said he only let up one reception. As I think it was like a screen pass to Cleve Raymond that like just like underneath of him. Are we sleeping on how good this guy can be?
Yes, I think we are. I think this is, like I said, this is your lockdown cornerback, not like in perspective of lockdown cornerbacks across the league, but on your team, this is your man on an island, 1v1, line him up, shut him down guy. We haven't had that since Darius Slay. The Lions have not had a player like that since Darius Slay, and it's a friendly, sigh of relief to have a guy out there that you can trust to put on an island, especially in a Aaron Glenn defense that loves to go one-on-one on the outside, loves to play man press coverage and blitz people off the back end. So I think he is going to be a big breath of fresh air for this defense. I think he's going to be a guy that will help them, that will help not only who I talked about being the lead leaguer in interceptions in Kirby Joseph, but the defensive pass rush, getting to the quarterback more, because you don't have guys just immediately getting beat off the line of scrimmage and then playing catch-up. Carlton Davis is going to be a guy that can stay in front of receivers for that extra half second for Hutchinson to turn some of those 100 pressures into sacks.
Nick?
The thing to me about Carlton Davis is Brad Holmes, obviously the cornerback snob, gave up a third-rounder to go get this guy. We needed to address the CB1 position, and that's what we all expect Carlton Davis to be, is that cornerback one. Now, the thing that worries me about Carlton Davis specifically is in the last 3 seasons, he's missed a total of 16 games. So can those rookies come on and fill in maybe a spot here, spot there later in the season if he does get banged up for a couple, because he's been known to do that the last few seasons. But when he's on the field, I definitely think he's going to be cornerback one and completely help this secondary be transformed into a top defense that we hope to be, or top 15.
Yeah, the part with me, and I posted it on my Twitter or X or whatever you guys call it these days, and I posted the clip literally because he's now in our division. We have to see him 2 times a year. Keenan Allen, I don't know if he's going to re-sign the Chicago. It's still fucking crazy to have him, Adunze, and DJ Moore. We'll see how that thing pans out over there. But I think we stepped up to the plate, though, and are ready for the challenge. I mean, we talked about it beforehand, too, but we have the Meek, who's going to be our speedier guy. They stick with a guy like DJ Moore. But specifically, Keenan Allen versus Carlton Davis, I had those reps. I watched those reps, and I posted them on my Twitter. Carlton Davis held his own. And he is great against these bigger body guys.
One of the best route runners in the
hell yeah! Keenan Allen. Yes. Absolutely. And Carlton Davis, like, he can step up to that degree. To that degree, so much so that he won the Super Bowl. And as much as Tom Brady and that offense was great, that defense is really fucking good, too. Yeah. The Tampa Bay defense on that run. Like, Carlton Davis can step up and hold his own in that role. And I think I guess why it's perfect for us, the way everything's panned out, I should say, is that the fact that they went ahead and they grabbed Taron Arnold, they went ahead and they grabbed Ennis Rakestraw. You still have fucking Emmanuel Mosley, which I get the injuries. I totally understand the injuries. But don't forget, that was a starting cornerback on one of the best defenses in the league when they made it to that conference championship that year, and Emmanuel Mosley. You still have him. Like, he might come up out of the blue and take that second gig on the opposite of Carlton Davis. But I just love that, like, we have Carlton Davis in a situation where we can ask him to do what he's best at versus forcing him to be literally CB1 and cover the best receiver every time. Go cover the guy you're best up against. Yeah. Because nowadays, NFL, I know people talk about it. It's matchups. And the other thing, too, is like, people talk about overpaying like one receiver. I'm with having a receiving core versus one great wide receiver. We had the one great wide receiver in Calvin Johnson, and whoever the hell else it was. Didn't really pan out for us. We see it with Joe Burrow, where he has all these receivers is working out. Same thing with Tua Tagovailoa. Like, if you have a receiving core, like a plethora of the guys, it works out better for you that way. And we finally have a defensive back core that it feels like eventually at some point we'll be able to compete or at least slow those type of offenses down.
Yeah, in the NFL is the ultimate team game for a reason. One guy is not going to beat you. Like, no matter who you are, if it's just one guy and you don't have anybody else around you helping you, you're not going to win games. And so having a complete receiving core or having a complete defensive backfield is extremely important, especially where the league's at with how much they're throwing the ball, how complex these schemes are, how Ben Johnson, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, they draw up plays to attack the weakness of the defense, to attack certain spots of the defense where they know they can get the most traction. If you've got guys that can fill all of those holes, they really can't focus on one thing. So I love that. I love the depth of the defensive backfield that the Lions have now. And it's going to be a dogfight in camp to see who gets that cornerback 2 spot.
Brandon Dogs and Woodward Sports Chat says, go look what Tank Dell did to Carlton Davis. I'm very aware of what Tank Dell did to Carlton Davis, but it's exactly the point I just made. Yeah. Like, we have a tailor-made backfield where you could tailor-make your matchup. Like, again, we're going to play the Texans this year. I promise you, more than likely, probably maybe 1 or 2, 3 times throughout the game, you're not going to see Carlton Davis manned up with Tank Dell. That's going to be Amik Robinson's assignment. Like, you're going to see the Carlton Davis up against Nico Collins in that game. Like we have enough people now where you're not going to ask to just deal with the one guy. We're going to tell you, go grab the big guy. That's your job. Hey, Amik, you grab that speedy guy. Hey, Terrion, you grab whoever the fuck else is left after that. Or even Emmanuel Mosley, you too. I mean, like, that's, again, the point I was trying to make. Yes, I understand that Tank Dell did what he did. And that's the type of receiver Tank Dell is. By the way, all great cornerbacks have been beat at some point. It's the toughest position to play. You're literally starting backwards, going against guys that are 6'3", running like 4'4", 4'5". Like, you're gonna get beat every once in a while. It's gonna happen. That I'm not ashamed from that. I like that we have enough people in the backfield now you can tailor make your matchups. It's orgasmic, really. Because I was talking to my boy Shout Ronnie. I was talking to him over the weekend at a barbecue, and he's the one that brought up Emmanuel Mosley. And yeah, we do bring him up at the show, but it's so easy to forget about him because you haven't seen him here in the uniform yet. But it's still a fucking great piece to have as your depth. Like, it's insane, dude. And as much as we shit on Kendall Vildor, he got you to the dance. He had that one bad play, and you remember that one bad play. But how about this? Because you rolled your eyes too, Spinny. Can you name another one?
No. But
that's my point.
He got you
if
to
he
the
was,
dance,
he helped get you. He did. He did. It was a shitty. It was a shitty secondary.
Say Kendall Vildor got us there. That's
he helped get you.
I'm going to say the offense.
I didn't say he got us there. I said he helped get you there.
You just said he got you to the dance.
He was hanging out at the party.
I thought I said he helped get you to the dance.
No, he was
helped get you to the dance.
He was there.
Well, either way, it's still regardless.
He
was there physically.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not great. He's not good, but he's not horrible. Like, he had that one play, which again still was a pass interference. Gets abused for that play. He really does. Josh Reynolds too for the drops.
Yes.
Easy. When it comes up to a different guy you just brought up in Emmanuel Mosley, is it fair to really expect anything from a guy that's coming back from 2 major injuries? I know it's nice to have in the back pocket if he pans out, but is it really fair to expect anything from this guy?
That's the beautiful thing about the way the secondary is set up, bro. I don't have to expect anything from him. I don't. That pressure's not for me. I'm not applying that pressure, but I feel good to know that guy's there, and if he can stay healthy, can maybe return to some form or fashion of what he was. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be great if he can, but I just don't think anybody can expect him to.
No, I'm not saying put those expectations on him, but I'm saying
slowly come back as a depth piece.
Yes.
Just
are you kidding?
I mean,
right?
It'd be great for this defense. His days might be limited going forward.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to do the homework on guys that tore that many ACLs.
Yeah,
I really would. But I mean,
I don't expect anything from Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah, I'm saying it could happen. I'm not telling you guys he's going to come out there. I just wouldn't be surprised.
A bronze kneecap.
If he's coming back healthy and competing in this camp, that he honestly becomes.
I mean,
CB2.
I am more comfortable with him being CB4 than Kendall Vildor. Or CB5.
That's the crazy part, too. I mean, I'm very curious. Chris, were you going to say something?
No, I just wanted to make it clear that Kendall Vildor was present. Yes. He was present.
He helped get you there.
I'd love to touch on the Carlton Davis thing real quick before we speed too far past that, because I don't know if you guys remember, but at the draft party when you fed me to the Wolves and I was donned Korean Jesus, Korean Jesus, I actually said that Carlton Davis will be a Pro Bowl replacement when we're in the bowl. And I stand by that statement because he is, like you said, I think that was a great point, Easy. He's not going to be asked to guard the best receiver. He's going to be asked to guard his best matchup. And I think that is what really makes a flexible defense a great defense.
Yes, that is key.